Right now we are running, I've already set up the Kizuna. So right now we're running 3 local agents in my personal computer. And I want to go through this in like a step-by-step thing. So the first process you'll see is setting your own nickname in Kizuna. So today, let's set this as Alice as usual. I would like to set the second and third agent as a different name than usual. Usually it's Bob, but today it's go with Charmaine and Charlie. The reason why I want to go with this is because I want to show everyone that also search is working in Kizuna right now. So you can register your nickname, right? That, okay. And first, what you would see here is that each agent has their own unique identicon. So this is something that is being used in Elemental chat as well. And we actually asked Holo team if we could use the same thing in Kizuna as well. And they were happy to say that we could. And so this is a unique identicon icon that is generated from the agent public key of the user. So this is a unique identity that an agent has in Holochain. And this is the icon that is generated from it. So you can even verify that, if you're talking to someone else, that, if their icon changes, that means that, someone may be impersonating them and whatnot. So this is a good way to ensure that you're talking to someone who you intend to talk to, right? So that's the first thing I want to show. And also, this we can jump into the code later, but we did a lengthy code deep dive into the code of Kizuna in Holochain in Action. It's also available on YouTube. And there we've explained each of the modules that we are using in Kizuna. And first, yeah, so if anyone would like to know more about it, maybe we can put the link into the description so that people could watch it as well. But yeah, that could be additional context. Anyway, so we could also do a search. Of course, you want to search, of course, we have Charlie and Charmaine, right? So search works with the first 3 characters. So this is already indexed in the Holochain DHT. So DHT is like the public space of any Holochain application, right? That's where data are kind of stored, and anyone can view it. So here, when you search CHA, you see Charmaine and Charlie. But when you only search for example, if you go Charlie, so if you go Charlie, you will only get, we're getting both. Sorry. Well, anyway, I didn't want us expected. That may be a bug. But for now, at least, we can get both of them here, and we can add them. And also, this module right here is available in the Holochain OpenDev profiles. So it's called the profiles module. So this is one of the interesting thing in Holochain is that you can kind of like plug in different modules into any application and they just work as it is. And this is one of those example where we can plug in the open source module that is developed in Holochain OpenDev by GM and put it in Kizuna and use it as it is. So yeah, here we added Charmaine and Charlie. Of course, Charmaine can add Alice. Yeah, like that. And when you go to when you click Charmaine, you can see the profile, her nickname, ID, and the identicon, which is also, of course, identical to here. Yeah, and you can also remove contacts. You can block contacts. For example, if you block them, right, it's not going to appear in your list anymore. It's going to appear here, like that. And if you want to unblock them, you can, of course, and you can add them back, and it's going to go back there. So that's for adding of contacts, removing of contacts, blocking, unblocking. And we can now go to the interesting part, which is messaging, I'd say, something that people would like to see. So first, I would show the peer-to-peer messaging that people usually use in a chat service. So here Alice would message. Let's go with 𝐻𝐸𝐻𝐵𝐻. So I'm gonna enlarge this browser for now because they are the one who are going to talk. And oops, give me a moment. There we go. Okay, so hello. There. So in 𝐻𝐸𝐻𝐵𝐻's screen, you see that Alice has messaged her. And yes, send a couple of messages. How are you doing? Hey, Alice, I'm doing great. Okay. I will try to send you an image. All right, sure. Okay, so now we've shown that the texts are getting sent. We can show that images can be sent as well. Yeah, I've sent a couple of images that are the same, actually. But anyway, I could retry the sending of image later in the group chat. So for download, for images that are sent, you can download it as well. Yeah, I'll show that again because I thought I was sharing my screen. Apparently not. There. So you can open it. There you go. And I also want to share the, could I share? Yeah, I also want to share that sending, when you type in the peer-to-peer chat or even in group chat, actually, you would see that Alice is typing. And also, of course, for 𝐻𝐸𝐻𝐵𝐻 is typing, right? The thing is, you can also turn this off if you would like to. For example, if Alice, thought that, I don't really like people knowing that I'm typing, then you can just toggle this one off, right? And when you go back to the messaging, 𝐻𝐸𝐻 will not see even if Alice is typing. So this is being done with the signal, feature of the Holochain framework. So yeah, that also works quite nicely. And also, what else? What else can I show here? Probably just this for now. Yeah. So let's jump into the group chat because this is something that is personally like to talk about a little bit more because there's an interesting aspect here. So we could start the group chat by selecting Charlie and 𝐻𝐸𝐻, and then let me bring back the window to this, then this. There we go. Okay, so again, this is Alice, 𝐻𝐸𝐻, and Charlie. So when I type hello, now it pops up, right? So this is the Charlie's page. This is 𝐻𝐸𝐻's page. And here we can also send a bunch of group messages. How are you all doing? A bit rattled, but doing fine. There. Don't worry. You just gotta relax. 𝐻𝐸𝐻. So 𝐻𝐸𝐻 is like me right now, kind of rattled, but trying to relax. Anyway, so this is group chat, right? So of course you see the nickname of the agents that are typing, they're sending messages, and we can also send the image and video. Okay, let us hope that this one will work. Here is an image for you all. Whoa, okay, this one worked. Awesome. Okay, so as you can see here, these messages are stored in the DHT. A while ago in the peer-to-peer messages, they are only stored in the source chain of the users. So what is the source chain? Source chain is basically a place where you can record all the things you want, but only for yourself. It's not shared to anybody. So when you send a message to someone, it's only stored in your source chain as the sender and the receiver source chain as the receiver, right? So, but in the group chat, we are sending these messages in the DHT, in the public space, because you would like other people in the group to see it as well. So there, and we can also send a video. Yeah, there we go. Here's a video you can watch when you are tired. Okay, they are working, and let's try to play them. Okay, so here, the thing is, when you send the video, it's not yet downloaded, right? It still lives in the DHT because this is a public space, right? You have to get it from there. So when you click download, it gets downloaded. Then when you click play, it plays. Like that. And you can also download these files from here, as I showed a while ago, but you can also download it from here, from the media tab in the details, okay? You press it, you can still download it like that, right? Pretty much the same thing. So I think this is something people are familiar with when they use chat services. You would usually have like an info page for groups. And also, by the way, you can also edit your group message. Oh, by the way, the admin is the only one who can edit the group name right now, not group message, sorry, group name. So Alice created the group, so she can press this and edit the group, but Charlie and Charmaine cannot. So this is also something easily done in Holochain. Holochain allows you to be able to kind of like right now it's only the admin by default, but later on we can, admin can allow other people to do certain things inside the group. So these things can be configured, and that is also something that we wish to implement in the future. For now, by default, admins are the only one who can edit the group name. So Holochain ecosystem session group, kind of like that. And once they hit the refresh button, right? So you'd see that the group name changed as well. And I guess we can also send a file just to show that we can send multiple types of file right now. So this is a rich text format document. So here is a test file, test text file. Okay, there shows the size of the file. When you click it, you can download it, and then you can open it. So bunch of hellos. Okay, maybe that is a bit too much of hellos. Anyway, there. So yeah, so these are the things that are working in the group. Also, one more thing that is very important. This is what I wanted to share the most, maybe, is when you send a lot of text, right? I'm just gonna bear with me. I'm gonna send a lot of text messages. So, all right, I sent a bunch of messages. So when I hit the reload, you would see that when you hit the reload in Kizuna, not all messages are fetched right away. So this is what we call lazy loading in technical terms. That is, instead of, for example, if there are 100 messages sent in the group, we don't fetch the 100 messages entirely. We only fetch the first 20 messages, the most recent, right? And as we scroll above, we get the next set of messages like this, okay, like that. So that was a bit too fast, maybe. Wait, let me send a bit more messages. Yeah, so there we go. Let's try again. Yeah, it loads, shows the next batch, loads, shows the next batch, then the next batch, until you get the oldest message that was sent in the group. So the reason why we need to do this is because, well, we're targeting Holo and Kizuna as well. Actually, we're primarily targeting Holo and Kizuna. And for example, if someone sends 20 images, right, you wouldn't want to, or 100 images even in the group, you wouldn't want to load all of that in one go. That would be detrimental to the performance of the application. So what we're doing here is in Holochain, we are indexing messages by timestamps when the date that they were sent. And then when you fetch it, you can ask the Holochain DHT, like, okay, give me the messages that were sent. Give me 20 messages starting from today. What Holochain will do is, okay, let's check. Are there any messages sent today? There are 5 messages sent today. But the agent is asking for 15 more. So let's check the previous day and then get the next 15. And then if it's still not 20, then let's get to the previous day. So that's how we are fetching messages by batch, right, in lazy loading fashion. So this is important for performance, especially with DHT, where making a kind of like query into the public space, the DHT is probably one of the most expensive things that you could do in the network. So because that's a network call, technically, you're asking other agents for those entries, right? Because DHT is not in a centralized place; it is sharded in within the agents that are holding those HAP together, the DHTs together. So this is one of the things that we have implemented in Kizuna. And also, sorry, well, there's that. So that's that. And then I could also show you, oh my God, I've almost forgot, but reply is also working in Kizuna right now. So for example, if Charmaine wants to reply to Alice, hello, Alice. Oh, wait, what can you reply to 30? Maybe 31? That's not much of a context, but anyway. Yeah, so you can reply like that in Kizuna as well right now. So, you can, for example, even reply to, for example, you want to reply to this video. Oh no, let's try this image. There. This looks like a really nice image, right? And you can see that even the thumbnail of the file is here. And in the future, we would like for it to jump to the message that we're replied to, but for now, that is not yet implemented. And lastly, search by calendar is also implemented, or search by date, I mean. So this is a bit hard to show. Well, I mean, because the thing is, if I do July, today is July 9, as of this recording at least. So if I search July 8, nothing will show, right? If I search July 9, which is the date today, when I sent a lot of messages, you would see all of the messages that were sent today, right? You would see all of the messages. So if I send a message tomorrow, then I could do July 10, then search messages on that date. So we are also excited to add more ways for people to discover messages in the group chat settings, even in peer-to-peer chat, actually. This is available in the peer-to-peer chat as well. So yeah, I guess this is the kind of demo that we wanted to show. People can actually already chat in the Kizuna in a group chat. We've actually already tried sending messages over the internet using a remote proxy. So 2 of our other team members, Nico and Neil, who are in the Philippines, they've run Kizuna in their own computer, and then we were chatting in group chat. So it was pretty interesting. Like, we were debugging Kizuna as we were chatting in Kizuna. So it's kind of like, I don't know how you call it. Is that called dog fooding? I'm not sure. But anyway, so that's what we were doing. It's pretty exciting.
It's really exciting. Wow.
That's for the demo.
Yeah. Tatsu, are you able to show us what's happening in the DHT?
Yeah, like, you mean like a visual representation or like code?
The code.
The code, yeah. Okay, so we can definitely show you the code. Absolutely. So actually, wait, before I go to the code, if anyone would like to see the project, it's in this link. Elongate it. So github.com/hc-institute-japan/Kizuna. So anyone. So the code is totally open source, so you can clone the whole project, and there are some useful scripts in the UI folder you can go to if you would like to run. You know, the one I ran a while ago is npm run demo. If you run a demo, it will spin up 3 agents for you, and you can play with it. So that's the first thing I would like to say. And in terms of the DNA, the code of the Holochain side of Kizuna, this is it. So you see there's a DNAs folder. Then we have the lobby DNA. So right now we only have one DNA. When we say HAP, it can actually consist of multiple DNAs, right, that are bundled together with a UI. But right now we only have one DNA. The other DNA that we want to create is for group, right? We would eventually like for groups, like organizations or whatever, you know, it can be companies or just group of friends even, to be able to spin up their own DNA and be able to converse within that DNA, which is totally isolated from other groups or even the lobby DNA of Kizuna. So this lobby DNA is going to be like where people can discover one another and create groups, something like that. So now in this code, you see we have the zones folder. So this is where the actual code of Kizuna lives in. If you see here the group, right, you can see the lib.rs. So this is like the top level, usually the file of any Holochain zone. And you would see the list of functions that we have, like for example, create group. So a while ago when I created the group, this is the function that was called. Add members. Oh yeah, I did not show a while ago, but you can actually add more members here. The thing is, my laptop can only run 3 agents. When I try to run 4 agents, things start to become a bit clunky and whatnot. So it's a bit hard to do that. But when you press add members, you can add anyone that will show up here. Right now, no one is showing up, of course, because Alice has added everyone who is in her contacts, which is Charmaine and Charlie. You can also remove them, but right now you won't be able to remove them because the group must at least have 3 members, right? I mean, if it's just 2 members, it's not really a group. So there. Anyway, so these are the functions, right? Add members, remove members, update group name. We did this a while ago. Some queries that we have, send messages, send message, getting of next batch group. So the lazy loading that was happening a while ago when I was scrolling up to the chat box and the messages were loading slowly, it's exactly this function that is running to get the messages. So we can check even the actual function, but not gonna go into the details of that right now because that might be too long. But yeah, so this is actually where we are doing that, you know, hey, DHT, can you get me 20 messages? And just, you know, DHT would think like, okay, let's get the 5 messages from today. Okay, there's only 5 messages today, so let's get the 15 other messages from yesterday, the other day, the next day. So that kind of like walking through the DHT is happening in this particular code actually. So if anyone is interested, you can clone the project and see it in details. And also, again, we've explained this in detail in Holochain in Action. So if anyone would like to watch it, it's also available in in YouTube. Okay. So this is just one example. All of these are the zone functions that we are using, right? Pretty much in length. We're not gonna go into details.
Yeah. And that's, I think as we wrap, so this is phenomenal. The progress is really amazing.